Welcome back to the Collector's Channel, where I give you my LEGO investing opinion. This is for entertainment value only. It's not financial advice. Today we discuss the Lord of the Rings BARAD-DUR set, number 10333. We're looking at 5,471 pieces and a retail price of $459.99 in the United States. It has 10 minifigures, and one of them should easily be a $100 figure in the not-so-distant future. Those of you that bought this set on day one hit the jackpot when you got the gift with purchase 40693 Fell Beast. It's now going for $120 to $150 on eBay. A really great way to minimize that $460 retail price. At 269 pieces, the look of this set isn't the greatest, but it really shows the demand for a Fell Beast set. So why in the world doesn't LEGO come out with a 500 to 700 piece Fell Beast? I will never know. This obsession with giant $250 to $600 sets for Lord of the Rings seems a little odd to me. At least we are starting to see some progress on smaller sets. I really don't count the brickheads, but we do need to see a more complete array of Lord of the Rings sets. Not just the sets over $100. Let's see some $30, $40, $80 sets like that. Back to the BARAD-DUR set. At a price of $460, it's a tough sell for investors, but LEGO knew that and did include a really great array of minifigures that they knew would really turn the tide for some collectors. I really wish we could see approximate sales numbers from these large sets. I'd like to see if it topped the 100,000 sales mark yet. It's really tough to see what kind of inventory levels have already been sold and how many sets LEGO plans on making until it retires. I'm guessing retirement comes around December of 2028, but the last year this set is out there, I really don't expect a lot of sales since most people that wanted it probably would have already purchased it. Let's face it, the look of this set is immaculate, and I don't think we'll get another one of these for at least 10 years. So that does take part of the risk out of this set if you're not just collecting it, if you are planning to resell it. Now, I do realize LEGO is kind of on a kick on re-releasing sets about a year or two after a set retires. I don't know if they're targeting resellers, but I'm sure they know it discourages resellers. Let's get into the highlight of this set, the minifigures. Let's start with Frodo and Samwise. Both are around $8, mostly because we get so many of them. They are almost in every large set. Even though they are exclusive, they probably will never be worth more than about $10 each. Next, we have another Gollum. It's going for around $10. We don't get as many of Gollums as we do Frodo's and Sam's, but I don't really expect it to go too much higher than that. Now, there are 4 orcs in this set, valued from about $16 to $20. We'll most likely get more in the future, but I'm thinking the prices will settle in this area of $16 to $20. Now, the one with the helmet, I think could get up to about $25 after retirement. Next up is Gothmog. He's going for about $23. This should be a $30 figure in a couple years after retirement, so the last 2 figures are definitely the best out of the bunch, and these are really the figures that will probably most likely sell this set for a lot of collectors. I've even heard some people are parting this set out on Bricklink, so the value is really there, especially when you get people to buy these 2 minifigures. First, we have the Mouth of Sauron. He's going for about $35, and I think that's a little low. I really think this is a $50+ figure as soon as this set retires, and I do think this is going to be about an $80 or $90 figures a couple years after retirement. Now, I am assuming we will not see another one for the next 10 years, though. And last of all, we finally get a Sauron figure. He's already going for a solid $75. It's the first time we've gotten one. There's no doubt in my mind this is going to be worth at least $100 as soon as the set retires. If we don't get another Sauron, this will most likely be a $150 figure 3 to 5 years after retirement. It will be very interesting to see what LEGO does with the Lord of the Rings series. This could be a figure we see in another smaller set, but I really think LEGO is going to just leave him in this set for at least the next 4 to 5 years. Now, if we wanted to just take a look at this set in terms of value, we can look at a previous set. The obvious choice to me is set 10237, the Tower of Orthanc, released in July of 2013, retired in October of 2015. So more than a 2-year shelf life, 2,359 pieces. The minifigures have done amazing, currently valued at around $425. So if you still have one of these sets new in the box, it's unbelievable. I mean, you could get around $1,000 for a sealed set. Now, I don't expect the BARAD-DUR set to get 5 times retail price 10 years after retirement, but it gives us a good idea of the forward momentum that large Lord of the Rings sets have after retirement, especially when they do not get remade. Now, the BARAD-DUR set, the minifigures should also be valued at about $400 10 years after retirement, but we are looking at a $460 set, so you're never going to really probably get more than about $1,200 on this set, no matter how far into the future we do look. LEGO could make a smaller version of this set, whether it's by itself or part of a larger set, but I think the next 10 years will be free of another giant version of this set. That $460 price scares me a little, but this set will most likely go up about $100 1 to 2 years after retirement, and a solid $200 after that 3-year mark. So if you want to invest in this set, I think you'll need to wait 4 to 5 years after retirement before this one goes up $300 or more. Now, I do think eventually this set will hit about $800, probably somewhere in that 5, maybe a little over 5-year mark. But like other larger LEGO sets, this one does scare me a little to sell on Amazon and eBay. There's just a lot of risk for someone to take that Sauron and the mouth of Sauron out of the box, then return it. And if you want to invest in these monster sets, start to get a local foothold in your area where you can sell it locally and just take cash. Make sure you're doing it in a safe place, like maybe a police department or whatnot, and make sure you can hang on to that profit. If you have deep pockets, I do recommend grabbing 2 of them. And the best time to get them, obviously, was when they first were released. You would have had the Fell Beast on top of that. And I'm pretty sure that did sell out quite early in the first phase of selling. But if you were lucky enough to grab that set, what a collectible. I mean, you can't do any better than that with a gift with purchase. So like I said, I recommend buying 2 of them. You build one to hold on to, and then you sell one 4 to 5 years after retirement. Then you basically got a set for about $100 or maybe even free at that point. This should be one of the most iconic Lord of the Rings sets, so if you're a fan of the theme, it's almost a must-buy or you will regret not getting it about 5 years from now. So at this point in time, I really think that LEGO Lord of the Rings is one of the best themes in LEGO right now for investing. I mean, they don't come out with a lot of sets. When they do, you're basically guaranteed to make $100 to $300, 2 to 5 years after retirement. And if you do find a way to sell these locally, I mean, that's just cash in your pocket. Yeah, it does take a little money up front, but if you're looking at something where it's almost no risk of losing money, this is probably the theme to go after. Well, that's what I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you something to think about. Please like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment on what you thought about this video. There are many more videos on the way. Thanks for watching and keep building your LEGO empire.